You're listening to Remel London. But you did mention that statement, like the whole year of the producer and DJ stuff. You mentioned it on Facebook and you got a bit of stick about it. So like,
I did.
yeah, just to justify yourself, what do you mean by that?
Okay. Basically, the year of the DJ and producer. The reason why I put it up, and there was a little joke after it, but I wasn't taking the mick out of any artist. I wasn't saying artists are not good enough. Obviously, I need artists to sustain my career and everything else. But all I'm saying is, for a lot of things that happen in the funky scene, with tunes being stolen and all the arguments about rights and everything else, that producers and DJs need to be seen as well. If anything, it's not the year of the DJ and producer. It should be forever the DJ and producer as well as the artist. So tunes are getting stolen and taken all over the place, and DJs don't get no recognition, sometimes not enough money either, and that's just meant to be okay when we work harder, or sometimes even harder than certain artists and whatnot, but we choose to get like frowned upon for what we're doing. If it weren't for the DJs playing our music, it would be nowhere. And if it weren't for the producers making the backing tracks, the artists would just have a cappella.
That is so
So
true.
we all need each other as much as we need each other. It's just, I feel I've met a few artists that have massive, like, big heads. Thank God I haven't worked with any of them, because all the artists that I've worked with
Yeah.
have been dear to me, and there's lots more stuff coming from them. But I've met people that I refuse to work with, and they just have these massive egos, and they're, lack of a better word, a bit of an idiot and stuff,
Yeah.
for the way they carry on. So the way I see it, you just need to respect people's graft. That's all.
Yeah, definitely. Like you mentioned a little while ago that there's always a risk that producers have when they put out their music, like say an instrumental. Like I know you
Yeah.
kind of went through this as well, where you
Yes,
put
I
out
did.
green light and then a bunch of
Yeah.
guys just jump on it
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just remove your name pretty much. Like, what do you think about those kind of things? 'Cause it's happened to a lot of, I've seen it happen to a lot of producers. What do you say?
Okay, now to be honest, hopefully this ain't gonna get me in any more trouble. But to tell the honest truth, I knew that guy that jumped on it. We once upon a time we were close friends,
Yeah.
and the fact that he done it and he didn't notify me or nothing showed that he knew he did something wrong. And as you said, it's happened with a lot of other tracks. And deep down, we can argue to a blue in the face, but we know it's wrong.
Yeah.
Perfect example. Let's say I make a beat and some guy called Frank jumps on it and, and goes to a rave and he's doing his little hosting, MC and whatever you want to call it, and he gets paid like, I don't know, £500 every couple of days for his PA. He didn't ask me for it, but he's playing my beat, he's recorded it, it's getting played on radio and everything else. My name's not notified on it and it's all him. And he's getting paid. And I'm just here, broke. You know what I mean? So if or whoever thinks what I'm saying is wrong, if you think that is fair, then fine. Then carry on living your life like that. To me, that is not fair. It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever.
I just love the way that you said, I'm just living my life broke.
It's the truth. It's the truth. So, and the funny thing is, you can say, oh, but we could do it over any beat. But there's certain songs that's like, oh, for instance, the Little Silver tune with Tribal.
Yeah.
Like, if you heard Tribal without the Little Silver beat, you wouldn't, like, do you do Tribal Man to any other funky tune? No offense to either of them two, because I'm called Tribal and we've done music together and everything else.
Yeah.
But, for example, would you do the Tribal Man to, I don't know, Inflation by Crazy Cousins? No, you wouldn't. So, if they're both needed, that's all I'm saying. It goes hand in hand.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
all I'm saying.
Definitely. You summed that up pretty well. I
Yeah,
feel
I'm
like
hoping I did. I'm hoping I did.
I feel like we can go on lectures and tours around the world and say this.
We should.
Me
We
and
should.
me and you, footsteps. Let's do it.
There you go. There you go.
See, I'll be I'll introduce you, and then here's footsteps with a great. Anyway, let's get back to the interview. But so you, where am I? I lost my mind. I've got too wrapped up in this tour world thing. But yeah, what should we be looking out for this year for footsteps?
Okay, this year, always, I think people, not to overplug myself, but I use Facebook a lot.
Yeah.
So, Footsteps on Facebook, you should find me. My picture's usually a big picture of my face or my cartoon character. I plug a lot of freebies through my Facebook group. So there's free instrumentals, free remixes and stuff like that, just for people that are following my music and whatnot. And also, I have a mixtape that I'm finishing off with Deneo called Foot's First Steps. That'll be done soon. And yeah, just like try and listen out for my little slogan, the whole is that foot thing, because it's on a lot more things than people think. I've done a lot of work with grime artists and rappers and everything else and whatnot. So there's a lot more work to come. Hence with A-list, like the tune I did with JPK, some stuff I've done with Dot Rotten or OGs and, and so on and so on. There's a lot of stuff there.
Okay. Cool. So, this is a random question. I didn't even write this one down. Who actually says it's that foot?
Okay. You know what? I'm the one that says that.
Is it?
No,
Can you do it now?
I can't because it's all modified. It's all studio stuff. And if I did it now, I'd just sound like an idiot. To tell the truth. But yeah, it was done years ago, and I recorded it and I messed around with the pitch a little bit. Everyone thinks it's like a little girl or something that I got to do it. But yeah.
No child labour here.
None. Yeah, no children were harmed.
Good. That's good. So last of all, like you mentioned it just now, but how can fans keep in touch with you and keep track of you and follow you even more than they already are?
Okay, follow-wise, there is my Twitter account, which I'm trying to get into. Everyone needs to bear with me. I'm new to the Twitter thing. It's Footsteps with a Z on the end. Facebook, again, that's a great way. There's my SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/footsteps. I'm always putting up my new stuff there as a little tester. Funky-wise, go to ukfunky.com. Like, I've got a bag of stuff there. I'm usually in the top 10, not to push anything, but yeah, so usually in the top 10. You can buy something there. And yeah, it's dotted about. It's just dotted about. And look out for anyone's mixtape. Your favorite artist, I'm also be on their mixtape or album.
Cool. Wow, it seems like you're getting yourself around, aren't ya? Dirty stop it.
That's the plan. If they make music, I will make it. That's it.
That's a wonderful way to end this beautiful interview.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for doing it with me. And
Anytime.
yeah, everyone keep listening to Footsteps.